Hello, this video is for Tuesday, May 19th. Today we're doing lesson 129, patterns and coordinate pairs. It's a little bit of a step up from the lessons we've been doing previously, so if it takes you a little bit of time to get used to it, that's fine. Try to look back at the examples if you need help. So today we're going to be able to describe patterns and coordinate pairs to identify rules. So you've been working with patterns and rules for a really long time, ever since you were little. Think of counting by twos, that's a pattern. Think counting by fives, that's a pattern. Think of when you're in kindergarten and they say red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, that's a pattern. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to look for the patterns in the coordinates on the grid. So fact number one, we can look for patterns and coordinate pairs to identify rules. The rule, this is fact number two, is a statement that's always true. So if x is always going to be 2 more than y, the rule is x is 2 more than y. If the rule is x and y are always equal, then that's always going to be true. No matter what x is, y is always going to be the same. So the rule is the statement that's always true. Now, x is usually the coordinate that changes, and y is dependent on that. And that'll make more sense once you see some pictures. So fact number three, rules describe the relationship between x and y coordinates. So whenever you do this to x, you have to do this to y. Like, it has to have a consistent relationship no matter what the coordinates are. They can't be scattered points all across the coordinate grid. We're making lines today, so whatever you do to x, you always have to do the same thing to y. So it's going to be a consistent relationship. So let me just pause. All right, I paused it so that I could take the points off of the line because I wanted to show you exactly how I did this. So we're going to describe the pattern in coordinate pairs and name the rule. So I'm going to put point A first, which says it's going to be at 0, 0. So I'm going to drag the point to point A, 0, 0. Point B is 1, 1. So over 1, up 1. There we go. Point C is over 2, up 2. Hey, I'm noticing a pattern here. Point D is over 3, up 3. So I'm noticing a pattern between the coordinates, x and y. I notice that no matter what x is, y is always going to be the exact same. I'm going to drag my line so that it goes through all of my points. And you can see they're evenly spaced out because the relationship is consistent. They are all the same points on the same line. So when I write the rule, I wrote x is always equal to y. No matter what x is, y is always going to be equal to it. So x equals y, or y equals x. So if I wanted to put another point on this line, I could say that, and let me just make a copy of this. I could say that 7, 7 is another point on this line. Even though I'm not asking you to plot 7, 7, I know that if I extend this line, 7, 7 is going to be on it because x is equal to y. So x always has to be equal to y. So I'm going to delete that out. All right, and that's example A. Let me show you one more. Example B, identify the patterns and coordinate pairs for this line. So I'm going to take these off and then show you how I put them back on. So 1 second. Okay, here we go. So I've got to plot 3 points on this line. So L, M, and N. So L is at over 0, up 3. 0, 3. There we go. M is at 2, 3. So over 2, up 3. And N is at 4, 3. So I'm going to take this over 4, up 3. There we go. That's interesting. It looks totally different than the line from example A. Let me drag the line across so that it fits in. Okay, x is always, so x has been different this entire time, but notice y. Y is always 3, no matter what x is, no matter how you change it, 0, 2, 4. Even if I put x as 20, y would still be 3. So the rule here is that y is always 3. Y equals 3. It's actually not dependent on x at all. Y can be 3 no matter what x is. So that's the rule for this one. So just comparing the two, this one is a diagonal line, and if you notice, x is always equal to y, so x and y both change. In example B, only x is changing. Y is always going to stay the same, and that's going to make a completely horizontal line. So you are going to go ahead and try Are You Ready and work it out. If you notice, I put the dots down here for you to drag to the grids, and then I also have the lines here that you can drag on top. Make sure you fill in the rules for each one. And then same thing with work it out. You're going to do the dots, drag them to the grid, put the lines on top, and fill everything in. as needed. And then there's an exit ticket online as well. And we'll talk on Zoom. Have a great day.